What's up, Foundation? Hey, what's going on with y'all, man? Man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon 5'3". Man, I'm back again, homies. I'm back again. Oh man. This one right here is I'm doing this video right here to answer some questions that was asked to me by some other people. Based on coming home from prison and what was it like being in prison? Was I glad to be home from prison? And stuff like that. A lot of these questions I would think that they was asking me would have been self-explanatory, but then I thought about it. I said, you know what? No, those are good questions that some people have been asking me because it's not self-explanatory. You got a lot of people that are in prison that don't care nothing about coming home. You got a lot of people that's in prison that don't want to come home, no matter what prison around the United States. I've been to over 35 different prisons in the United States. Yeah, I have. And I've met hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different peoples with certain type personalities. Like I say, I've seen many people that did not care about coming home. I met many different people that did not want to come home. Of course, I met thousands of people that couldn't wait to come home. Thousands of people that really wanted to come home and was doing any and everything they could to come home. Even to the point of being all bad. You know what I'm saying? Falling out of grace with whatever they may have used to been a part of at one time. So yeah, you got many different people with many different thoughts on coming home, not coming home, wanting to come home, not wanting to come home. And so when I thought about it, I said, well, I'm going to answer this question. So when I thought about it, I say, hold on. You know what? That situation was not cut and dry for me. No, that situation was not cut and dry for me. And the reason why I said it, because after I thought about it and really thought about it, I realized, I said, you know what? At one time, I was one of them people who did not care about coming home. Yeah. And I say, wait a minute, Toon, that sickness had seeped into my head. If you are in an environment long enough and you have adapted to that environment, you have adapted to what's going on in that environment, you have become a part of that environment, yeah. Mentally, you will always be a part of that environment long as you're in that environment. And that's what happened to me, man. I realized that I had lost my mind for real for a second at one time, especially when I was in the California prison system. I did a video one time and the title of it was, I was down for the cause. Yeah, the title of the video was, I was down for the cause. And I was down for the cause, man. I was down for whatever was going on inside that prison with the Crips. Right, yeah. It didn't make me no difference what no other group was doing. It didn't make me no difference in there what no other group was talking about. Only thing mattered to me was the advancement of CRIP when I was behind them walls. Now, I ain't speaking on the Alabama system. I'm speaking on when I was in the California system. It was Crip or Die, C-O-D. That's all I knew. It's all I respected, Crip or Die. You feel what I'm saying? If you wasn't Crip, you didn't. You know what? It didn't mean a whole lot to me. Not when I was in that system. You know what I'm saying? And because I was younger, had a different type mentality. And when I say I was down for the cause, I was all the way down for it to the point I didn't care nothing about my kids need me on the streets. I didn't care nothing about my sisters need me on the streets. I didn't care nothing about my mama need me on the streets. The only thing mattered to me is that Crip stood strong in that prison system. And if you violated us, we were going to retaliate in the harshest way we could. And the way my mind worked, I was going to be at the spearhead of that, you know? Yeah. When the powers that be said go, I was going. When the powers that be said, hey man, we need a volunteer, here I am, me. Yeah, here I am. I was ready to go. All for CRIP, man. And I realized today it was a sickness. But it was a sickness that seeps in because of my heart. My heart. See, everybody in there couldn't get that sickness. Why? Because their heart wasn't going to let them. If you didn't have a heart of a gladiator, that sickness wasn't going to seep in because you had some BS in your heart. Your heart wasn't pure. That's how I felt. That's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? It was some taint up in there. You were scared. That's how I felt then. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that that's my mentality of today, because I know that was wrong. Now I know. But as far as being down for the cause, man, I was down for the cause to the point of no return. Did not care. Did not care. I wasn't thinking about going home. It didn't make me no difference if I went home. None of that even registered to me. All I know is if something happened and we went to war, it was time to get out, time to get out. It didn't make a difference on how much time I caught. It didn't make a difference to me if I had to catch time. None of that. In a way, you could kind of say at one time, I was the perfect torpedo. I was the perfect torpedo because, like, I was going to go. I was on go. TTG, when they say TTG, trained to go, that was me. From YA to prison, I was TTG. All the way around the table. Yeah. It is what it is. I respected the chain of command. You know what I'm saying? To the fullest extent. If a homie that was a part of what I was a part of said go, then it was go. Now, I was a little hard-headed sometimes, you know what I'm saying? The chain of command sometimes told me, no, Toon, don't. You can't do that. Don't go. But, man, my motor was red. When I said I was Sonic the Hedgehog, I was like on some, man, I'm going anyway. But what you talking about? Man, this fool disrespected us. It's on. And they're off. You know? Hey, it is what it is. Was what it was. It was going to be what it was going to be, y'all. Or see. You know? Yeah. Perfect example of what I was talking about. Now, I'm finna tell you why it's a perfect example. Now, please don't jump in the comment with that, Toon. You told us that before. I'm gonna hear that mess. I'm not telling y'all that story, but I'm using that story to accentuate what I'm trying to explain. When I say a sickness will set in on you, of you don't care nothing about nothing going on. I remember before I got out on my last case, when I was in the county jail fighting the case. I was in the Orange County jail at the time before they was going to take me back to the LA County jail. But I caught my case in Anaheim, so I was in the Orange County jail. So I ended up getting my time. I never forget, I remember my baby mama coming down, talking to me, and telling me, well, look, you ain't got to really do that. You ain't got to really do that much time. You're going to get out. You can get out. So I'm like telling, I say, look, when I get up in there, I say for the first couple of years, I'm going to be acting a fool, baby. She's like, what you mean you're going to be acting a fool? I'm like, I'm going to be acting a fool. I say, look, I got to, when I go back up in there, I got to handle my business. You know, I just can't come up in there on no free ride. You know what I'm saying? Think I'm trying to kick back and lay back and eat knick-knack, paddywhacks, and smiggity-smacks and just be cool. No, I wasn't that type. I wasn't that type that when it went down on the yard, when we came off lockdown, we were just going to tuck our tail in and say, okay, it's all good again. I wasn't that tight. I wasn't that tight when it went down on the yard. Just because get out. But a homie over here getting stuck or beat up, I'm just going to stay that. No, I wasn't that tight. No, it's time to go. Get up off my own, boy, fool. I wasn't that tight when the opposition ran up on us or rushed us to go that way. Exit stage left even. I wasn't that tight. I wasn't that tight. I was the type when I hit the yard on whatever prison I was going to, I was the type to ask the homie, hey man, what's up with us and these Mexicans? And if the homie say, oh man, it's on, man. Is it? And they're off. Let's handle it. Let's do what we gonna do, homie. Let's get it. You know? And might just kick it off myself. You know? So that's why I was telling her. I say, look, when I get back to prison, yeah, I'm gonna be messing up for a minute. That because basically I told her that because I know me. I was an ASS hole. Oh yeah, I'm gonna mess up. Yeah, I'm gonna mess up, man. I'm a troublemaker, mess up. And I know what I was gonna do. Fresh back in. Man, y'all know I'm coming up in there acting a donkey. Anyway. So she be like, no, you ain't gotta do it. Yes, I do. You could just, you don't have to do it. You can do this and do that, do this and do it. And when I explain to her, I say, look, baby, let me explain something to you. There's no way. I said, now, if you need to attach yourself to another dude, a different type dude other than me, then you might need to go on now and get you a head start because I'm not cut from that cloth. I'm not like them. No, I'm not. No, that's not me. My thing is, lost my train of thought. I was gonna say, oh yeah, my thing is if a situation went down on the yard and it involved the Crips, if I was there or if I wasn't there and it went down, but then we end up coming back out and I don't do what I'm supposed to do, or if I don't do what I felt we supposed to do, I can't look at myself in the mirror. And I explained to her, I say, listen, if I don't be the man that I am, if I don't be the person that I am, then I'm worthless to you and anybody else around me and anybody else out there who care anything about me, because I'm going to be worthless to myself. If I can't get up every morning and look myself in the mirror and say, okay, Toon, you know what? You know, you one of the good ones. You're a rider. You down. If I can't feel that way about myself, then I'm no good to you no more. And I'm saying that to say that if I punk the game, if I bust her out, mark out, just to go home, then I ain't gonna be no good. I ain't gonna be no good. And you know what I'm saying? That's just how I was then. You know what I'm saying? That's the way Cali prison system breeds you. That's the way Cali breeds you. And I told her, I said, man, look, let me be me. Let me do what I'm going to do. Let me handle my business. At the time, I was supposed to go back up in there and do 5 more years. Dang, everybody calling me right now. At the time, I was supposed to go back up in there and do 5 more years. So I end up doing, because of me being me, I end up doing 8. I didn't do 5. I ended up doing 8. Yes, I caught time for this, that, the other, and whatever. Different shoe terms, whatever. But I ended up doing 8 years instead. So anyway, like I say, I caught time. Every time I ever went to jail, whether it was juvenile hall, YA, prison, whatever, I never got out exactly when I was supposed to. I always caught time, always messed up. I've never came home exactly when I was supposed to, or I never came home at the soonest possible date. Put it like that. I've never been to jail starting from the first time I ever went to juvenile hall. I've never been to jail, juvenile hall, YA, prison, county jail, camp, whatever. I've never been to jail and not did the majority of my time in lockup. You know what I'm saying? I never did no type time and didn't spend a whole lot of time in lockup for doing stuff. But guess what? That's the life of a rider, though. That's the life you're gonna lead when you got a certain type heart. When God done blessed you with a certain type heart. That's the type of life you gonna lead. You know? So anyway, I'm saying that to say, like, hold on. I'm saying that to say, when I paroled last time, before I came out here and caught this case in Alabama, now, like I say, this is one of the stories I told the story before, but I'm just giving you an example. I'm using it again for an example. If I can remember, I got out on a Wednesday. I remember Tuesday though. Tuesday, I remember getting my hair cut because I was going home the next day. If I can remember, I think it was a Monday or Wednesday, something like that. But whatever. I know I'm going home the next day. I never forget the homie Hoover Lon from Hoover. He cut my hair. He was cutting hair at the time. When he cut my hair, and I end up coming out on the outline, on the inline. I come out. They let me go. They let me out to the yard. Right when the yard was closing, the alarm went off. I was in Pelican Bay at the time on the B facility, and the alarm went off. Get out. Now, at the time, if I can remember right, I slept in 8 block, and the alarm went off in 1 block, or I slept in 1 block and the alarm went off in 8 block. Can't remember, but I know it was the farthest I slept. It was the farthest block from me. Right before the alarm went off, they was doing 5 minutes before it off, they'd shut the yard down, and everybody would kind of start meandering and trickling over to whatever block they live in, standing right there in that long walkway, waiting for the inline. We can go on in. So I'm standing over there in front of my block, talking to some homies, and the alarm went off. Get out. So boom, they laid the yard down. So now, of course, everybody know when the alarm go off and it's time, and you know that they get out. The first thing you gonna do, you want to look and see who all is around you. You know what I'm saying? Who all around me? Because before we get down on it, because ain't nobody finna get down on the ground, period, until we see what's next to, is it anything? Because, stunts get pulled. Games be played. Basically, what we looking at to see where these Mexicans at. Where the goddamn Mexicans at, man? You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna get down on the ground and I got 4 Mexicans standing right by me. No. Go over here a little bit, or whatever. That's just how it go. But anyway, so I remember, I never forget when we got out on the ground. The police come out of the far block, whether it was 1 block or 8 block, I can't remember. But they come out with the gurney. It was a homie on the gurney. Now, I didn't find out till later on that night who was on that gurney, but it was the homie Madman. Was it Mad Rock or Madman? No, I think it was Madman from Do Rock. From Do Rock. He had got hit by the Mexicans. Well, however it happened, whatever went down, however it went, but boom, he come out on the gurney. So we were over there, we looking across the yard. At the time, we wondering like, dang, cuz, who was that? I don't know. Now, I knew him because at one time I was on the MAC. I was an MAC. I was MAC clerk, Men's Advisory Council. Basically, you know what I'm saying, we would go from block to block talking to different homies in the cell, finding, check if they had a grievance, we was taking the grievance, we'd be the one that turned it in. And just checking, making sure the welfare and the well-being of the brothers, you know what I'm saying? Or our people, because each race had their own MAC committee members. So anyway, I would always go over there to the block they was in because he kept fighting. He was in the cell with a guy named Knuckles from 60s. They fought every day. Every day. They both had the kind of same like body type. They were both kind of little muscular, but tall, and they would fight every day. Of course, they enemy sets, but they were put in there, and both of them refused to move. Cause I'd be over there talking like, cuz, man, look, hey, homie, man, one of y'all just move, cuz, man, I ain't going nowhere, cuz, he can go. And the other one like, no, cuz, I ain't going nowhere neither, then, cuz, he can move. You know what I'm saying? Neither one of them wanted the stigma of saying, or somebody being able to say, he left the cell because he didn't get along with his cellie. No. So they both was stomped down hard-headed. Both of them was riders, and they both refused to. And so they would just fight every day. Was a trip. Man, look, oh my goodness. Boy, look here. It been sometimes I go over there to check on them, and they was already fighting. One sitting on the toilet, looking at the other one standing at the back of the cell, standing up by the window. They looking at each other crazy. I'm like, cuz, what's up, man? Y'all bumping again, homie? Cuz, man, cuz, this woo, 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 this woo, woo, woo. One time I'm at the cell and they go to bump, and I'm like, oh, man, cuz, y'all raise up on that. They was both crazy. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But look, though. So, that's how I knew him. So anyway, make a long story short, get to what I'm getting to. We find out later on that night when I'm back in the cell that it was the homie Madman. And like I say, me and Crip Cal from Schoolyard, we was cellies. Now I'm telling this story not to be telling it again, because I've told that little piece right there. I've told it before, but I'm using it as an example of how you can get that sickness in your head. You can get that sickness in your head of not caring about going home, not caring no more, man. All you know is you down for the cause. That's all you know. You down for the cause. And I was down for the cause. Okay, so now, once we was in the cell, later on that day, we got word who it was got hit, how it happened, and blah, blah, blah. So we like, okay. So now I immediately tell Crip Cal, oh, cuz, it's on. It's on. I say, cuz, we finna handle our business. So in the set, it was two, I finna say Mahindas, but it was two Mexicans in the cell next to us. So, I told homie Crip Cal, which, like, you know, I told you, I say, cuz, man, look, get them knives out. We had some knives in our TV. Back at this time, we didn't have the TVs with the clear all the way see-through TVs that they have in prison now. We didn't have them TVs then. No, our TVs had backs on them. What they would do, they had these little stickers that when you go pick your TV up from R&R, the police would unscrew the TV and go in it, look, check it out. But they going in it to cut the volume wires. They have to cut the volume wires so the TVs wouldn't play out, because they couldn't have all these TVs playing out over the tier, making all that noise. Now you cut the volume connection, and boom, they hook it back up where you put your headphones in and hear it that way. When they hook it up like that, they had these stickers that they would give them in R&R, and they put these stickers on the TV. So now, when the police would come in to check your cell, if the seal, that sticker was broken any type way, they was gonna take your TV, because that means you've been in it. So what we would do, we would get with certain people that worked in R&R receiving or whatever, and we'd pay money and get us a stack of them stickers. You know what I'm saying? So once we broke the seal and went in there and put our knives in there, we could put the stickers back on there and make it seem like ain't nothing wrong. So that's, you know, boom, that's how that went. But anyway, so I tell the homie Crip Cal from Schoolyard, which was my cellie at the time, I'm like, cuz, get the knives out, homie. So he like, what's up? I'm like, man, we gonna take off on these fools next door to us. We gonna get them. If they open up these doors, and the only reason why I said that, because the California system was just beginning to go through their metamorphosis. It was just getting to go through all that BS that they got going on now. It was just getting ready to start. They had just started that 3-strike law, and they had just put the memo out on B yard and A yard facility in Pelican Bay that if you get to bumping, long as the gunner don't see a weapon, they're not going to shoot. What? Do tell. Really? Man, fools went to getting down immediately. And then it got to the point to where not only would they not shoot, you didn't even have to go to the hole. They had these cages that they would put you in and let you stay in these cages for 3-4 hours till you calm down, until they can get a verbal understanding from you and whoever you got into it with that y'all was cool, y'all was through with it, and then they was letting us back out. Yeah, man, I went to bumping one time, man. I got to fighting with 3-4 dudes at one time. I think I told y'all about that, man. Dude act like he had an issue with the homies from LA. Fool had 213 kill on his arm. No, not around me, you not. Oh, you don't get along with South Central LA? You don't get along with me. A boop, 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 boop. But anyway, so I got put in the cage for that. And the other dudes got put in cages. After a couple hours, they came, talked to us, they let us out. Que sera, sera. So, you know, that's right when around the system was changing. So in my mind, I'm like, shoot, they might do like they did when they let us out back in Lancaster after we got in that ride. They opened them doors. You see what happened? I told y'all what happened on that one. So anyway, I'm thinking that was gonna happen. So I tell homie, I'm like, cuz, man, they cracked these doors, homie. We taking off. So, but the homie was like, Tune, you go home tomorrow. You go home in the morning. I say, cuz, if they crack the doors for breakfast, I ain't going home. I'm taking off on these Mexicans. Point blank. They stabbed one of the homies, cuz. We got to get them. That's how my mind worked. You know what I'm saying? You kill my dog, I kill your cat. Straight up, you know? So he was like, all right, cuz, man, I'm you know, Cal was a ride. He like, all right, cuz, I'm riding with you. But he's like, you going home. Didn't make me no difference. I can say now, luckily they didn't pop the gates. You know, it didn't happen. I ended up going home. But I use that story to show you the sickness that it set in. I've been gone 8 years at the time. Had a chance. I'm going home the next day. Didn't care. It did not care. The poison and the sickness had set in. All I knew is somebody had disrespected the Crip gang in that prison, and it was time to handle our business. And I was going to handle mine. That's the sickness that I'm talking about. I wasn't thinking about what my mama was thinking about. I wasn't thinking about what my kids was thinking about. I wasn't thinking about what females that I was messing with was thinking about. All I know was, no, it's time to ride. Bump going home. I used to have a motto back then. I used to say, man, I ain't home till I get there. That was my motto. I used to always say that. Oh, cuz they like, Tune, man, cuz. I'm like, man, cuz, I ain't tripping on none of that, cuz. I ain't home till I get there. Saying that until I make it out this gate and make it to there, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do as a person that's being a part of what I was a part of. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. As long as I'm on this prison ground, I'm going to stay down. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. That's why my name was Caccini. For those who don't know it, and those going to hear it, 9 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying, look, the majority of people that you knew that was in the prison system back then, they had a Swahili name. And it wasn't a Swahili name that you can just pick yourself. A lot of them did that you pick yourself and just run with it. You know what I'm saying? No, you had to be given that name. You know what I'm saying? Your name was given to you based on your character. Based on what you was about, how you stood up. You know what I'm saying? That's why my name was, it was Caccini. That means stay down in Swahili. That's what that means, stay down in Swahili. Because that's what I was always going to do, homie. I was going to always stay down for the cause. Always. So, you know, I end up making it out. But all these years later, I really can really understand how we go up in that prison system and we lose our mind. We go crazy. You know, to the point to where that's all we know. That's all that matter to us. Ain't nobody else talking about nothing. Family, friends, loved ones, nothing. All we know is that mess, that silliness that we're in at the time. Hey, man, it is what it is, was what it was. It was going to be what it was going to be or see, homie. I'm just glad I made it out, man. So for the guy who asked me the question about what I say he asked me, that's my answer. Yeah, I too at one time fell victim to the sickness of staying down for the cause. Anyway, man, that's me. Y'all stay safe. Y'all keep rocking with me, man. Y'all keep rocking with me, man. Football season's almost here. Go Auburn Tigers. Go Auburn Tigers. Go Chicago Bears. And I'm leaning for them Colorado boys too, y'all. Peace. I'm out. And y'all know I represent the gangsters.
Gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie. Ain't nobody Four, two, one, man. 4, 2, 1, man.